Yes, 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 yes. So it's that time, you know, get on this grind and, get this money, whichever way possible. And you gotta take a chance at things at times like today. It's Monday, and today's that day that I review my business plan and my next move. You know what I'm, yeah. Um, so my next move right now is you know, see if I can go set up shop, see what's up with this one company because they're building a Chick-fil-A out here, the next city over called Manteca, and yeah, they're building a Chick-fil-A. I had built a Chick-fil-A out in Vacaville years ago, probably four or five, probably 5 or 6 years ago, but that was an experience because it was a commercial building and I was just starting to get a hang of what residential was, which I started residential in 2012. I started as a framer, and that's where I senté cabeza, which means I came to figure out what it actually meant, to work myself up in the industry, in the construction industry, and I seen, the levels of what is it? The levels that it took to be able to construct a building, houses at that, but in general, what it has to do with actually building and things. So, framer. Then I got into joisting, which is the second floor to a two-story house. Then trussing, it's trusses. Building the roof. And sheeting is covering the walls and things with plywood and covering the house or whatnot. Then so forth. There's a line of steps when it has to do with constructing, just a structure in itself. Like you need the plumbers before you need the concrete, you know, setters, and you need the carpenter. That's when the electrician, once the structure is actually built, the electrician can come in and do his job. Heating, vac, and air can come and do his job. The roofer can come and do his job, etc. But so yeah, the GP, which means game plan, would be continue to work forward and move forward with what I got to work with as of today. As of today, I just got out of doing residential and I got into doing commercial, industrial. But the way I got into doing that was I received the blessing in the middle of last year. It's kind of just, it's kind of just it crossed my path in a way where just miraculous. It was just like you know, like blessing of God, a sign. Guess it was just my time, but not to get too far into that. I was able to reach the union. I told them what my experience was. Then, they offered me a job, which I was really grateful for because, the benefits and the pay is completely 100% just great. And so yeah, I'm in the union, and so yeah, with that, I'm entitled to go and either wait on the waiting list to be called for a job, or I can just go out to these job sites and try to kind of get it, you know, get thrown in there, jump up in there with with what they got going on. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And but another thing, you know, that falls into my plan is as I'm mm, getting further with this union membership, is I plan to actually keep that, for a retirement plan and things, because the benefits and everything doesn't compare to anything else. And but all along the way, I also, this independent general contractor's license and business idea is something that I carried on for years already. And it seems like I'm right around the corner to, attaining that goal. And as you can see, I have a company name written down. It's Pro Tradesman. That would consist of pretty much, you know, mostly every trade as far as professional tradesmen. And I hope to actually have different, trade members in there, which has to do with the plumber, the concrete carpenter, and the electrician, and HVAC, and roofers. And right now, what I've been working on is actually, getting my own truck and tools, and start doing my own individual just or independent work, and start off there, build up, that portfolio, that profile, that you know that resume and things like that, or whatnot, the experience necessary. You know, something that actually I took during during some of the classes that I was taking at the community college here, was I took a few blueprint classes, which is drafting and design classes, with the intention to, learn a little more of what it consists of actually building and constructing whatever it is that's on them papers. You can get a better understanding how to read them. And yes, I did learn some, and it did help. And you know, with that, I also took a building codes. It wasn't inspection. It was just a building codes class, which gets teaches you how to understand how to categorize a building, and if you plan on actually you know get a permit to build something, or to reconstruct something, or just anything in general, because the city will cite you and shut your job down if you do something and you don't have a permit for it. You know, so then those are things I want to prepare for before you end up getting into some trouble and whatnot. But gotta get that license. So at the moment, just get that company truck of mine, get all the tools necessary, and push forward. Continue to work at it. Continue to work at it, and eventually, be pretty independent, to where the company's own employees would be running the company, and that would just give me the time to be able to study and take care of whatever necessary. Which my studies fall into play with what I got going on here. That's why it's I'm just throwing in two classes per semester at the moment. I'm not rushing things and whatnot, but those classes consist or fall into an engineering, degree. Even if I get my associates, that'll get my foot in the door with some firm, and just carry that under my belt. Run with it. Let the people know, I'm serious about what I do, and let me get this engineering experience out the way. That way I can implement that into the business. And not to say, I don't understand yet if you can, put those together, the engineer and the general contractor. Actually, I think you can because I walked into an office that actually is an engineering firm, but then they have their own contractors. So there it is. Then yeah, it'll open up a whole new line of connections. But not to make this any longer than I already did. I just try to kind of like, just put it all together in a short fragment and whatnot. But yeah, today is Monday. Everybody get your hustle on. Do your thing. Go get a job if you need one.